Hello, Chaz Fable with Stew Leonard's here in our R&D kitchen, and today we're going to make a sweet corn cake with a tomato coulis. It's a very simple recipe using native ingredients, and I'm going to show you how it's done right now. I'm going to start with a cup and a half of buttermilk in the bowl. We're going to add a cup and a half of flour. This is an all-purpose flour. A slightly beaten egg. 1 cup of cornmeal. 1 cup of fresh niblet corn. You can use frozen if the fresh corn is not in season, but right now corn is going to be in season here at Stew Leonard's from August till about October, and we're really focusing on our local corn. It's super sweet and very delicious. We have 2 tablespoons of sugar, half a tablespoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. To that I'm just going to add a little pinch of salt. Then we're going to sear the batter with a little bit of melted butter. Not very hot, but just melted enough to mix. Now I'm just going to fold all these ingredients together. You just want to ensure that there's no lumps. And this is very much like a pancake batter. So we're going to use our griddle and just make nice cakes with this. Here we go. Here's the batter, and I'm going to let that set aside and talk a little bit about the second component, which is the sauce. This is identical sauces, tomato coulis, which is the puree, and a tomato salsa. And it's made with the same ingredients, a little jalapeno, a little bit of sugar, fresh garlic, and tomatoes which have been blanched, seeded, and now chopped. When you blanch the tomato, just put a small X on the bottom, place it into boiling water, and it really only has to stay for about 30 seconds. And that'll be enough time to loosen up the skin, and it will peel very easy. All right, we have nice chopped tomatoes. Again, I'm using a plum tomato. I recommend that for this recipe only because the firm flesh is going to hold up to making a nice sauce. It's not going to yield a lot of water like some other tomatoes might do. All right. And you can see I have a little bit of minced garlic, a half a jalapeno, and just a touch of sugar to cut down on the acidity. To make the puree, I used an immersion blender just right inside the salsa. And now we can call this a coulis. And what we'll do is we'll put that on the bottom of the plate. This will be our base for our sweet corn cakes. All right. And now our griddle's nice and hot. I'm just placing a little bit of butter, and I'm going to use a scoop, which creates a perfect portion for our corn cakes. We'll just let these sit here, and what they're going to do is they're going to slightly bubble around the edge, and as they do, they're going to turn nice and brown on the bottom. We'll flip them over and let them cook a little bit more on the other side. Again, this recipe is nice by itself. It goes great with lamb, chicken. You can serve it with a nice crown roast of pork. You know, the possibilities are really, really endless. Just give it a little bit of color on both sides. All right, I don't know if you can see the griddle, but it started coloring around the edges very nice. I'm going to place it right on top of our coulis and just top it with a little of the fresh salsa. If you have any corn left over, you can add just a little corn for garnish. And here we go. Another very simple recipe by Stew Leonard's. There you go. Bon appetit.